The second night that I had this headset on, I was playing Overwatch and heard someone flanking from behind before they even appeared on my screen. That split-second warning saved the round, and right then I knew the audio positioning on this thing wasn't just marketing talk. The first thing you notice when you pick up the Void V2 Max is how it tricks you with its weight. 303 grams sounds like it should feel substantial, but when you actually hold it, there's this surprising lightness that carries over when you wear it. The earcups are wrapped in this soft microfiber fabric over memory foam, and the texture has this slightly brushed feeling that doesn't collect oils or fingerprints the way glossy plastics do. When you adjust the headband, there's no clicking into preset notches. The yokes just fly smoothly, which feels more precise than most headsets in this price range. The earcups swivel flat and rotate 90 degrees, and when you rest it around your neck during breaks, it sits naturally without that annoying pressure point you get with bulkier headsets. The matte finish has this understated look with subtle RGB strips on the front that glow without screaming gamer, and the whole thing feels like it was designed to be forgotten about once it's on your head, which is exactly what you want. The volume dial has this tactile resistance when you turn it, not loose or mushy, just enough feedback that you can adjust it mid-game without looking. The first time I launched Borderlands 4 with these on, I immediately noticed how the bass from explosions came through strong but didn't drown out the gunfire or dialogue. That balance is something I didn't get with my previous headset, where heavy action scenes will just turn into muddy noise. Then the 50mm drivers push out the bass that adds this layer of immersion without overwhelming the mids, so you can still hear footsteps and voice lines clearly, even during chaotic firefights. After a few days of use, I started appreciating how the Dolby Atmos spatial audio creates this directional accuracy that lets you pinpoint exactly where sounds are coming from. In competitive matches, I could call out enemy positions before they came into view, which gave my team a real tactical edge. Music sounds fuller than I expected from a gaming headset, with crisp highs and solid mids that make bass-heavy tracks feel punchy without distorting at higher volumes. It's not a deal breaker, but sometimes the flip-up boom mic smacks into your forehead if you forget to angle it away before flipping it up. One of those little quirks you learn to work around after it happens twice. Compared to the SteelSeries RTS Nova 5, which leans more towards Bluetooth functionality, the Void V2 Max feels more dialed in for gaming with its Dolby Atmos support and better directional sound, even though both share that lightweight dual wireless design. When you scroll through the product page, Corsair really leans into that 70 hours battery life and the simultaneous 2.4 GHz wireless and Bluetooth connectivity. And to be fair, both of those claims hold up in real use. What's interesting is how much emphasis they put on the SonarWorks Sound ID technology for personalized audio tuning, even though most people will probably skip that setup and just plug in and play. They mention the custom-tuned 50mm drivers and the deep bass response, which does match my experience, but they don't really talk about how well the audio positioning works in competitive scenarios. That's actually a feature that ended up mattering most to me during ranked matches. I always find it curious what brands choose to highlight versus what actually becomes a standout feature after you've lived with the product for a while. After my first week, this headset just became part of my setup without me thinking about it. I'd sit down, put it on, and forget I was wearing it until I stood up hours later and realized I hadn't taken a single break. The breathable microfiber fabric on the ear cushions keep things cool even during long sessions, which makes a real difference when you're gaming in warmer weather or just lose track of time during a marathon session. The simultaneous 2.4 GHz in Bluetooth connectivity means I stay connected to my PC while my phone is paired via Bluetooth. So when a call comes in, the headset automatically switches over without me fumbling with cable for dongles. I didn't expect to appreciate the auto mute function as much as I do. You just flip the boom arm up and it mutes. Flip it down and you're live again. No button pressing or guessing. The battery life is genuinely impressive. I've gone nearly 2 weeks without needing to charge it, and even when it runs low, a 15-minute quick charge gives you 6 hours of use, so you're never stuck waiting. You don't really notice how much the comfort and audio positioning change your gaming routine until you switch back to a cheaper headset and realize how much you were compensating before. The flip-up microphone has this habit of getting tangled in your hair if you have longer hair, and it will definitely smack your forehead if you're not careful with the angle. It's not a deal breaker, but it's one of those small things that only becomes obvious after a few hours of use. The microphone isn't detachable, which makes the headset look and feel bulky if you were thinking about using it outside the house for any reason. Though this is clearly designed as a home gaming headset and nothing else. There's no wired connection option, so if the battery dies in your mid-game, you're stuck waiting for at least a quick charge before you can continue. It's not something that happens often, but it's there. If you're the kind of person who plays competitive games where audio positioning matters, shooters, battle royales, anything where hearing an enemy before you see them gives you an edge, this headset is absolutely worth the price. The comfort level means you can game for hours without fatigue, and the 70 hours battery life means you're not constantly thinking about charging. But if you're gaming in mostly casual single-player experiences where audio positioning doesn't matter as much, or you already have a headset that sounds decent, the difference may not justify the upgrade. There's this quiet satisfaction that comes from putting on a headset and just forgetting it's there while everything sounds exactly the way it should.